FWM, fuck with me. Incorporated. I gotta do it myself because nobody else gonna do it. I'm trying my own one.
Shit, I would draw for you. A nigga can't draw though. I can't. I can give you a real elaborate stick
Graffiti.
figure.
FWM, graffiti. Nah, I'm gonna figure out what animal I want because everybody got an animal, and then that's it. Mine's probably gonna be the ant. Here we go.
No, yours could be an atomic dog.
You
see what I did there?
That was just before
You see what I did there?
Yeah, that
Oh, there we go. It's back. All right, we'll fuck it.
Full line with a different animal.
Yeah, everybody got an animal. You think about somebody got some kind of animal or some shit.
Right.
I just didn't think of me animals. I said it's gonna be the ant. Fuck it. Greetings and salutations. I'm your host, Caesar Don. These my boys, Man Can't Talk the Crew.
What's going on, y'all?
Buck.
And the weed is still good.
Yeah.
had none in a while,
No, I'm
though.
about to light it up right now. As a matter of fact. I know we want to get to some seriousness, especially the tragedies happened here in Buffalo, New York. But before we get into all that, any shout outs? Because we got a whole, we can get into that a little later.
I got one shout out.
Go ahead.
Rest in peace to the greatest Buffalo-born basketball player of all time.
That's a fact.
Bob Lanier passed away 2 weeks ago at the age of 73 because you left your footprint, big ass footprint, but you left your footprint on society. Buffalo is still centers and shit that's in your name. Thank you for everything you did, and I hope you rest well, my friend.
Yeah, he was an ambassador of basketball for basketball relations, and you know what I'm saying, I had a chance to meet Bob when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was a good man, you know what I'm saying? So
Bob
rest in
Lanier
peace
summertime.
there. That's a fact. I went to a couple right along really hutch. You know, I've been in a few of them camps, so
Your summer camp.
yes, definitely.
It's funny. So it's funny that you mentioned Willie Hutch. I told you I work with a whole bunch of fucking 20-year-olds and shit. So you know what I'm saying. I know one cat. I'm gonna leave names out. Be like 23, 24. And he
Oh,
was-
you got these names out? No, all right.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
He's a cool cat. You know what I'm saying.
All right,
Until
you
I
wanna blow his shit up, I'll tell you.
until I don't fuck with him. I still fuck with him, so you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But he was like, yeah, man. He's like, I play everything. He's like, I play baseball, football, I play basketball, but I had to stop playing basketball because the coach kept on getting on my fucking nerves, man. He kept on making me just run laps and do crazy shit. He's like, you might have heard of the nigga. Nigga name is Hutch. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, Hutch don't fucking play. I was like, I don't know who you fucking with. Hutch is old as dirt. Hutch don't fucking give a fuck.
Like a little fucking squirrel and shit. All right, well, look. If you know us, you know this is the time we talk about sports. So we're going to get right into it. I know, you know, it's basketball, hockey season, even though I seem to be the only one that's kind of keeping up with hockey at the table.
I've been watching a little
a little hockey.
Enough to talk about it? Not enough to talk about it. All right, so we gonna skip all that. We gonna go a whole different route right now. What do you think about the Canelo fight?
I didn't expect for you to go there.
Yeah, I know. I fucking know.
I don't know. I've always been a huge Canelo fan. I've always it's maybe starting to get that time.
Hey, want to hear something? I don't necessarily even know it was his time. First of all, he moved up. He took the fight.
Yeah.
He moved up. He lost the weight to make the fight. I mean, he gained a lot of weight in a short period of time to get to that fight. I think because of that, his power and shit was enough to beat the dude that he fought. But honestly, from what I see in the fight, I mean, I think Canelo probably could have. I mean, at least a draw. I don't necessarily think lost, but a lot of people say like, "Oh, I'm just being biased for the joint." But like, yeah, he hit Canelo, but he missed a lot of those punches in my eyes too. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean,
just,
that was one of them really closely judged. Like if you're judging off of points and not power, if you're judging off points, it was a closer than what it seemed like on paper. Anyways,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? But I mean, Roy Jones ran into the same problem. He tried to. I think once you get comfortable at a certain weight class, kind of just ride that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Between the differences you get with speed and power and stamina.
yeah, I don't think it's in the Canelo though. I think it was just a
No,
fight that
I
he
definitely
lost.
don't think that. I say
He
it might
hasn't
be.
lost many.
It might be starting to get past his prime. You know what I'm saying?
It could be. I still believe that he's a top. He's the top of his motion detector. You might want to pause all that shit going on.
I was
Here
gonna say,
right
I don't know.
now.
Are they really at the front door?
I don't know.
Or
This
they-
probably was that shoe leader.
I'm telling
Maybe
you.
he's how he's gonna work.
It might be. It might be.
I don't even know where. I mean, you do know we're recording right now, though.
Yeah, I
right?
understand. I gotta go answer the door.
Oh my
I
god.
gotta see.
Oh
Well,
shit. Well,
I'll be Pipers.
What kind of shit is that?
The weed is good, dog.
I mean,
Shillelaghs,
have
nigga, shillelaghs.
the weirdest shit going on during recording. Like, how the fuck does a motherfucker get up in the middle of recording and not go in and edit this shit out?
Racist,
This shit
racist,
going right in the
racist.
motherfucking show.
And then I'm about to put some Oak Island on this motherfucker right now. I'm about
It's
to be
just Oak
Pipers,
Island.
too.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna be Pipers until
goddamn.
Pipers come back. So you telling me
Yeah,
that's not what Pipers would do?
man, Oak Island.
You not telling me that's not what Pipers would do? Is watch some Oak Island?
Yeah,
and
he
then
would.
pop his head up and be like, the weed
Yeah,
is
he would.
good,
He would
dog.
watch Oak Island.
Let me see if these niggas found the twig.
Right. Right.
But it's not no regular ass twig. It's a twig from the Spanish Inquisition of 1698.
How do they know that?
How did they fossilized the twig. Well, I don't know. I carbon dated this twig. And this twig got to be at least from the 1600s.
At least.
I know.
The trees don't produce twigs like this anymore.
Genes got
That's just
altered.
that's just the older trees. From 1800 trees. They don't make trees, don't make branches like
they don't
this
make
no
redwoods
more.
like this no more. This is
Oak ain't growing like this no more. The fuck? I can't take it.
Ping, ping, ping.
Alright,
Shots fired at Pipe is
I'm gonna move to a simple one so you get back. We're gonna go to this one.
Okay.
What do you think about all the fucking technicals called in the playoffs?
I mean, shit, bro. Under the new rules, they almost make sense under the new rules. But I still think it's pity
They
pat
soften it up,
Yeah.
but they calling it consistent.
Yeah, you can say consistent, but these calls is lame as fuck.
Yeah, they lame, but
Yeah, but it's consistent.
Stephen-
I'll give them that. Yeah.
Stephen A. pointed out something to me today. Shout out to Stephen A. because a lot of topics I like your unbiased answers to the questions. But he said something to me that was alarming, and it made sense to me too. Every fucking game of the series, especially with the East, fucking Boston or Miami always had the advantage in free throws.
Yeah.
Now, last game it was 29-8 Boston, and then with Miami winning, it was 29-10 Miami. So at the end of the day, motherfucking referees are kind of making out these games. Now, I would say it would be consistency if it wasn't a flip-flop in between the teams. But something is being inconsistent when it comes to home games.
You know, niggas that follow more. Shit. You trying to play more physical, but that's the thing. Playoff basketball always get a little more physical. Like, that's when you're supposed to let them play a little more.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's been consistent throughout the playoffs, but they didn't call calls like this all throughout the season. So now teams that's in playoffs now, it's kind of like, what the fuck? Game 4, Game 12, Game 20, you wasn't calling these shits. And
Right,
now,
like, I
so-
forgot what game it was. It might have been a Memphis Golden State series where the ref got mad at one of the timidest motherfuckers on the court. Double tagged him and he got ejected. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a referee, your panties got to come out of a fucking bunch. Like, you're playing in a league with a bunch of grown men that are passionate about what they do. Like, y'all, am I saying that they should come out their mouths and talk any kind of way to the refs?
I'm
No.
pretending to be you, dog.
No,
Yeah,
not at all.
You was quiet as hell then.
But in a,
See, I was saying shit. You know?
but in the same sense, they gotta let these motherfuckers play. And enough is enough with the tic tac. Oh, you can say this, but you can't.
What's that? What we talking about?
Right now we're on the subject of how you feel about these technicals called in the playoffs right now.
Oh man, this ain't even basketball, man. This is touch.
Yeah,
ball,
like
nah.
if this thing is flag basketball, that's what this would be. This is flag basketball.
Yeah, the cause is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, they are.
The
They are.
referees need to go back to referee school
Oh,
and learn how to do something.
Referees.
They need to.
No, it is a such thing. It's a such
It's a
thing.
thing.
You gotta take classes and all that. And
Because back in the day with the Pistons and them boys.
Well, and
man,
my thing is, like, if you look at it collectively, the NBA has gotten a little softer.
Right.
The NFL has gotten a little bit softer.
Right.
Baseball
Like,
got
I've
more
never seen it
sensitive.
Yeah, baseball.
Hockey is the only thing that's basically untouched and still pure on what it
No.
was before.
hockey,
I don't think they got as
changed.
dangerous as players as they used to.
Nah.
But they letting the
all
same shit go.
fucking- All the physicality out of all the sports is gone. Like,
Pretty much, yeah.
it's all,
Yeah.
hockey used to be that
You
fourth
can't-
line.
you can't
know,
hit-
that was the line that was gonna come and
you
smack
can't hit
you.
it hockey
Around,
still.
yeah, that chicken line.
Everybody
You
was
still
hitting
hit
that.
hockey.
Yeah,
you can
you
beat a
can't-
little bit still.
Yeah, but
Like,
you
know
can't
what I mean?
you can't hit these motherfuckers half as much as you used to back in the day.
Yeah.
Like none against that board glass
With the
shit.
boarding,
No
like,
hitting the
the
goalie,
tripping.
like none of that shit.
Yeah.
Like, none of that shit that made hockey.
Well, you see that
But-
one, yeah.
In the same sense, I still understand what you're saying. When it comes to all sports collectively, hockey is probably the one that has been the least touched.
Right.
At
At
least
least
fuck
change,
with, at
right.
least, yeah, change. All they do is add some teams.
And
once in a
maybe
blue moon. That's
stop
about
it.
it.
Well,
Base-
hockey,
and
you
that's
can't
like
really
baseball
change-
had that
we had that
Yeah.
conversation. You really can't change baseball.
Yeah, you
but
can't do that. Baseball got more sensitive. That's what happened.
we gonna get into that at the end of the sports segment because I want to elaborate and talk about both sides of the subject on the baseball matter. But we'll keep it moving. What y'all think about Monty Williams getting Coach of the Year?
Yeah, I agree with it.
That's the coach of
Phoenix, I
Phoenix.
believe. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Well, I mean,
He
you look at their
deserved it.
record. I mean,
They
you
were
know what
like
I'm
that
saying?
last year.
You know what I mean?
I don't
got
knock
last
it. I think you should have got it last year. Be honest, this year for
So you
me,
making it up for last year?
this year for me, I think
Yeah,
the
make
dude
it up
for
from last year.
I think the dude for Boston should have got it.
Man,
My opinion,
that's
Memphis.
true, too.
Coach of Memphis.
Yeah, the
I
coach
can
of
see that
Memphis should
too.
have got
I can
that.
see that
You know
too.
what I'm saying? They was what, number 1, number 2 seed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Besides for Ja Morant and Baines, name another motherfucker on their team. Like, you know what
Hey,
I mean?
look, they did win. They did win 20 out of 23 to make that run to the playoffs without Morant.
Yeah.
They won a
Right.
playoff game without
And
Morant.
that's
Yeah.
no-
Yeah.
That
basketball
series with Golden State, the only reason why Golden State slipped their ass out that series is for 2 reasons. One, Memphis don't know how to close out. They had Golden State on the rocks 4 out of those fucking 6 games they
Yeah,
lost,
yeah.
and fucking did not close out. Especially game 1 and game 2.
Yeah.
They should at least won one of those games.
Right, right,
Now, I mean,
right,
that's
right.
number 1. 2.
You let it
Fuck.
get to game 6 and had to play Klay Thompson.
Oh, two, you gotta understand. You gotta understand when you're playing Golden State, you got 3 people that's been on that team since they all got there.
Right.
That is a veteran team with pieces put together. They're gonna put that DNA to those young boys. Look at Poole.
Yeah,
Look at
cool.
that, look at Porter. Look at fucking Looney. All these players that
Right,
might want to
yeah.
that probably want to
They
be in these
even took,
positions if they was on
Payton.
any other game on any
They
other
even
team.
took Wiggins, and Wiggins looked
They
good.
resurrected with
Yeah, that's what I think is a resurrection of Wiggins. Because me personally, I don't think he was never a doodle player, but like my reset, I think the onus and the responsibility of being that lead star was not his role.
Right.
Now, as my restated earlier, that like he's right now that he's on a team where he doesn't have to be that star player, and he's 110% healthy. That's another thing with
Yeah,
Wiggins.
yeah.
He hasn't really been healthy
Definitely
through his career.
Right.
He's healthy now,
Right,
and he
right.
doesn't have to be that star. You feel me? He can
And I
fade
got
back.
shooters
And I
that
got
can space the
shooters.
floor.
All I gotta do is hit my little whack ass 40% jump shooter and go to the fucking rack.
Yeah.
They can't check me.
Yeah,
And he
they
realizing that.
Right.
Ain't nobody else down there can check him. He's too physical.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Way too physical.
Anybody that's faster than him, he's stronger than anybody that's stronger than him, he's faster than him.
Right.
It's a mismatch.
Yeah.
You know
All
what?
day
I'm not even
long.
gonna mix
In fact,
up.
to
It's
be
so-
stronger than him, you gotta be bigger than him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm
unless
just gonna
LeBron
go
get traded to the
down
Mavs
the
at some point, ain't nobody gonna be able to check this nigga.
All right, that's a fact.
You know
All
what
right,
I'm
we'll
saying?
keep moving down the list. What y'all think about Rudy Gobert saying he would have locked down Shaq?
Nah, that's bullshit.
Shaq would have beat the fuck out of him.
Shaq got 40 pounds of muscle on that nigga. Not to mention, we not counting the pounds of fat that he got over that nigga. I'm just saying.
Which Shaq we talking about? We talking about young athletic
No,
Shaq that was
no,
ran out and got
no.
his We talking about
Let's
325 Shaq that was all muscle.
You got Orlando Shaq, you got the Phoenix Shaq, you got the LA Shaq.
Yeah.
let's
All
be
of a
clear.
sudden,
Let's be clear. He said Shaq in his prime.
Shaq in his prime.
And he's a damn retard. The
Yeah,
thing
he's
that
a
he was able to
retard.
say on Shaq.
No.
Like, so
in his prime.
let's
So we
take
talking
His
about
only bet to
Lakers Shaq. Huh?
no, he's talking Orlando Shaq,
Orlando
He
Shaq.
which was even worse.
I'm about to say he can't fuck with neither one of them.
Right.
He can't fuck with
Like the
he can
difference
barely
between
fuck with
Orlando
Boston
Shaq,
nigga.
the difference between Orlando Shaq and LA Shaq is LA Shaq just got bigger.
And he just
Orlando
turned-
Shaq was way more athletic.
Right.
running the
Yeah.
court.
Nah, I mean, he was
That's
running
when
the
down
court.
there
Shaq was on
breaking
the team for what, a couple
backwards.
years, 4 or 5 years. They doing Penny, then they had Penny.
Yeah,
Hardaway,
but
then
I said at least
Nicholson,
5 because
Shaq.
Yeah.
because two or three of those times they went to the championship.
Right, with
Remember they
Styles.
beat the Bulls when he had 45.
Right.
And the year before that joint was out, they went.
Yeah.
So the first 2 years they was together, they went. It was later on when Penny got hurt, and then
Yeah.
I mean, motherfuckers started getting traded, different shit like that. But
Yeah.
they had a squad, and Shaq at that time was none of
Right. Because
Yeah.
they
The
was
Rudy-
in love with
the
Penny
only
He was a skinny,
way.
big head ass nigga.
The
like that.
only way Rudy Gobert had a chance of locking down Shaq if they gave him the ball somewhere outside the fucking paint
Yeah.
where you
Yeah.
can stop his dribble. Because once he get his back to your tall, lanky, skinny ass in the post, you're all set.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're
Listen,
all set.
I don't
Right.
know, that motherfucking Orlando Shaq could run the fucking
Yeah.
court, though.
Right,
Right,
no, I'm saying,
right.
but Joe
If, you
Budden.
got, if he got it off the inbound and just ran that shit,
Right.
Rudy
And
ain't got
then-
no
and then-
fucking chance.
Right, but
Most of his
but-
shots
Hope the
was all
glass
dunk.
don't,
But
hope the
it-
glass don't fall on his fucking.
that's
What,
all
what,
Shaq
what I'm
was
saying,
running away.
what I'm saying, even though he was able to run the floor and had handle it,
He couldn't
his
ha-
weakness would have had been you had to stop him out
Right.
at the 3
I
point
still,
line.
but
He
my
couldn't
thing
handle
is, I
prime
still
Shaq,
think that
Elijah
Shaq was
Wan,
faster than him.
Robinson, like I can think of several 90 centers that would tear that motherfucker a new asshole. Honestly, and I said several. I'm not even gonna talk about the big four. We all know who the big four is. I'm not even gonna talk about the big four. Shit, Jonas Ilgauskas would have gave that nigga work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like Gobert. I do.
I do too,
He got
yeah.
length. He's a good
Right.
shot blocker. He's
Yeah,
a
but
real
not-
perfect
nah.
fit for the Jazz.
Nah.
But in a
He's
game
not-
of
he's not
21,
enough.
Right.
this nigga's gonna get schooled.
He's not enough physical. He's not physical enough to be
Is
able
him
to
on
play
David
back then
Robinson?
at center.
Him on David
Not to
Robinson,
mention
David
he used to
Robinson,
playing with these fucking ticky tack ass rules. Play with 90s rules.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You play with 90s rules, it's a wrap.
And you
Right.
used to that overseas ball. That shit ain't physical. That's more finesse and
It's
passing and
right,
shooting.
Right.
Hell no.
Right.
I
You
salute
ain't
your
getting back
confidence, my nigga. I do, but let's be real. It's like when I said to this kid at work. The kid is like 19 and like 97 pounds. I'm like, you 97 pounds, nigga. Who you getting loud with? Who you getting loud with? You know what I'm saying, Rudy? You barely even been to the Western Conference Finals. Who you getting loud with, nigga? You can't handle prime Shaq. Shaq carried teams
Yeah, no,
by
he
himself. Like, you know what I'm
did.
saying?
I don't watch him struggle against fucking Joker ass. Like,
Right. Well, in the state of Shaq, we'll keep him with the Lakers right now.
Right.
Who should the Lakers shout out for head coach?
Mark
Jackson.
Jackson.
My man. My man.
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson.
Either that or fucking Shaw, because he deserved that shit.
Or Shaw, but I would go.
I really think as far as like putting in work, Shaw
Mark
deserved that
Jackson.
shit. But I like Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson.
Here's
he's been passed up enough.
here's one for you that might be a surprise for you.
Woo.
I think Stan Van Gundy would be great for them.
Stan Van Gundy.
Not
Okay,
Jeff.
now,
Stan.
Stan.
Yeah, Stan, the big one.
Yeah.
The bigger one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the bigger one. Stan,
Yeah,
the
but
big
I
one.
do,
Jeff
I
Van
do
Gundy
like,
was holding on to the leg.
I
That
do
was-
like our choices though. Me personally, I like the Thibodeau. I think they need a coach like Thibodeau or Doc Rivers or a motherfucker that's gonna be like, okay, I got this talent, but I'm the head coach, and this is how we're gonna run it. LeBron, you are the fourth general, but this is my team. This is how we're gonna run it. Vogel was not that kind of coach.
No,
He was
that
too
the
calm.
man.
He was
Nah.
too calm. He was too laid back, and that was a
Right.
problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? He let the players be coaches. When you're the coach, you're supposed to be the coach.
Mm-hmm.
It's times you let your players be coaches on the floor. You feel me? Because that's what you're supposed to do. When you allow your star to be that star.
Right.
You feel me? Like, for example, Kobe had a coach. Outside of Phil Jackson, he had coaches. But we knew when that motherfucking ball tipped off, who was a coach on the court. Not on the sidelines, but on the court. When it came to the sidelines and making plays, he listened to his coach.
Right.
You feel me? This is the game plan. I'm going to execute what you got. But on the court, he was a coach. And that's the difference with you had to, as much as I love LBJ, you had to remain and stay a player. All that GM shit, all that I'm going to be the coach off and on the court, that's not true, bro. Remain the player. Like, you are the star, It's like Aaron Rodgers to Green Bay. Any team that has LeBron should take his input. Take his input. Not let that motherfucker do what the fuck. Like for example, what Magic Johnson said about the fucking DeRozan.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And what he said makes sense. If we would have got DeRozan, we still would have been able to keep Caruso, and we been able to keep Carroll. What's the Pope? What's his name? Caldwell Pope. We still be able to keep them, which were two pieces to him winning this championship, right? Mm-hmm. And I think with the weapons that they had, DeRozan fitting into what they had. We probably be talking about Lakers and Golden State playing together, right?
Instead of keep trying to be a star.
Right. Like it's enough of trying to play with your boys, bro.
Yeah.
Like it worked with you and D Wade. It kind of worked with you and Kyrie because you thought Kyrie was your man, but apparently Kyrie ain't nobody man except himself, as you can see.
Right.
I mean, and you went to LA and you got AD because that was your man too. You feel me? And you won championships with your boys. But enough is enough. At the end of your career, right? You got, and you know, we all know him and Melo been friends since AAU. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. And that's my point. If you want this 5th championship so bad, it's enough with trying to play with your boys.
Right.
Like I love to play with my niggas all day, and I know if I can play with my niggas, that's fine. But in certain sports, I love Myrie. I know when it comes to football, I need him on my side. Him, my man Beeks, my man Hack, them boys, if y'all watching. I know certain players I want on my side. Now when it comes to basketball, I'm not too sure. And there's no knock against them boys.
Right.
You feel me? But you gotta understand your personnel.
Right.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
I mean, shit. I mean, we all know the game he's trying to play. He's basically running the Lakers until they can go draft Bronny. So now it's gonna be like a fucking barbecue where you just got a whole bunch of your boys and your son sitting there chilling.
All right, well, I got another question for you. We're gonna stay with the Lakers because I seen this one too. I want your input on this one. Should the Lakers trade LBJ?
Yes.
It was a lot of yeses and there was a lot of no's. What you think?
Yes.
You know what?
It depends on what
you getting for him.
That's why I was gonna say now.
I'm not about to just trade him for a fucking.
There's no way to work
trash bag and shit.
LBJ. That was one of the questions a few weeks ago, but we didn't
LeBron
have.
James?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Hell yeah.
That nigga ain't above being traded.
That's what I'm saying.
No, he's not above being traded. He's not above being traded.
Especially now.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. That means you listen. Anytime that's like right now, as old as Tom Brady is, as old as he is. Yeah. If the Bucks was to wiggle that motherfucking Tom Brady out there like this, it's motherfuckers gonna pounce on that. Right. As old as he is, somebody gonna pounce on that.
Just for seats that fills asses in the seats alone.
Right.
Alone. If that nigga don't ever score a point, get a yard, none of that shit.
Right.
He's still gonna double your ride.
That nigga would have been a Charlotte Bobcat.
Right. So now let's look at it realistically, Pipe. You trade LeBron James. With LeBron James, like I said, GOAT status right now. He God mode right now. They think he's.
But the Lakers ain't gonna be shit then without him.
Well, it depends on who they get. If you get 2 All-Stars, maybe 2 draft picks.
Yeah. Okay.
And depending on who them 2 All-Stars is.
Look what OKC did.
Get a Devin Booker and somebody else, and then 2 of Phoenix's draft picks. Say that shit. No, right. Get a Ja Morant. You know what I'm saying?
That's good at something like. All right, you got AD still. That's your big man.
That's what I'm saying.
Now I could get some shooters around him.
Exactly.
And stop trying to play this ISO ball with 3 ISO players.
And look, you do something like OKC. What I was listening to during their lottery picks, is that because of Durant and Westbrook and Adams and the people that they traded, they got 1st round picks for the next like 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And they was so bad they got put in lottery picks, but they was already up to get 1st round picks anyway, but they were horrible.
Right.
So they was up with 2 lottery picks, and they got one of those lottery picks through the trade with Westbrook. Okay. So you just got to make sure that if you want to get rid of LeBron, even if you can't get star players, make sure that you got those picks that's going to carry you to the future.
Right.
You look at when Shaq got traded from Orlando, everybody thought that shit was crazy. It would never happen.
Right.
Orlando would never let that nigga go, right? You make the pot sweet enough, B?
He went from there to
the Lakers.
The Lakers.
So Miami to Cleveland to Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Miami, Cleveland.
In Boston.
Yeah.
Boston.
Oh,
Suns.
And now granted, like for instance,
was Suns.
He was the Suns, right?
Yeah, he was a Sun. The
big
big cactus. Yeah, the big cactus.
I think he was with it. I think he was with
Who else?
the Suns before he was with fucking.
Oh, I forget the order. Because at the end of his
I
career,
think
he was
because-
jumping around. Like,
Right, I
yeah.
think,
No,
I
he was
think the
with-
Suns was the last
He
one.
was with Cleveland because Cleveland had all the. There was they call that shit the elephant gray act because they had Shaq.
Oh, that's when they had
Ilgauskas.
D-Wade.
No, they had D-Wade. They had Shaq, Ilgauskas, Antoine Jameson, Larry Hughes.
Oh, shit.
Eric Snowmine was on his way out.
Yeah.
But they had all those old motherfuckers around LeBron ass. He was the only fucking young stallion on that team.
Right.
Oh,
They had
yeah,
a
'cause
bunch
I
of
remember-
old motherfuckers.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't remember. I remember that Kevin Hart made a fucking stand up talking about how motherfucking Shaq fall.
Right.
I remember that shit. And he was like, oh.
No matter what way he fall, he always ended up on his back.
Yeah.
That motherfucker fell forward. Was like,
Motherfucker was like, oh.
Alright, well, shit.
He said, LeBron, go get Shaq.
Let's keep
he's
it,
down again.
let's keep it moving. We'll keep it the next couple in basketball. Then we get into some baseball. And I got one football question, surprisingly, right?
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Do the Celtics have enough firepower to beat the Heat in 7 games?
No.
I don't know. Before you say
And
no,
I'm a Heat fan too, man.
Right, before you say
shout out
no.
to that 305, my nigga. We out here balling, my
it's
nigga.
right now.
Let's go.
What they on game 5 right now, right?
They on game 5.
Right
Soon,
now
soon.
at game 5. This was game 1. I would say no, but right now game 5 with Lowry and fucking Hero and fucking
right.
Butler all banged up right now.
Right.
Yeah.
With them getting Smart back and Al Horford is healthy.
Healthy.
I don't know.
I would say Boston.
I wouldn't
yes.
say smart
I would
as
say
hell.
yes.
Well, I don't know if they got
Smart.
enough. I don't know if they got enough firepower per se, but I don't think Miami right now has enough people to defend what they got.
What they
going
got
on.
on that
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They ain't got enough firepower, but
Defense.
Miami ain't 100% right now.
That's what I'm saying.
either, so-
Defensively, Miami ain't got enough firepower.
Because I was just saying.
Because Tatum is
I
mad
told you.
different in the playoffs. I'll give it to him.
Yes,
He's mad different in the
Hold on,
playoffs.
let's see.
And-
I
and-
Jimmy Butler different too.
Yeah, he
Well,
did.
they-
I told you, I watched
showed
the
us-
game. That motherfucker stole the ball 3 plays in a fucking
seen that
row.
shit.
Right.
When I talk about Taylor, because in game 2 he had a bad game,
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah.
game.
horrible game,
Horrible
right?
game, horrible
And
game.
then in game 3 of the last season had a horrible game, right?
Right.
But the numbers that he put up after that is crazy.
Yeah.
Like in the Milwaukee series, right? Because that's what I just beat.
Yep.
When he had a bad game, he put up 32, 36, 42 in his next 3 games.
Yeah.
And then this series, when he had a bad game, the next 2 games he put up 42, 36.
Right.
So it's like he's gonna have a bad game, but you guarantee this next game he's gonna go off for you. So it's like
The thing that helped him though, when he was going off like that, he was also getting them same numbers from Jaylen Brown and
Yeah.
fucking Marcus
Right.
Smart.
Marcus
And,
Smart,
you
yeah.
see what I'm saying?
And that's what makes Tatum custom built for the playoffs. For a 4-game series, he's not going to have 3 bad games in a row. It's just
Right.
not going to happen.
Right,
You
right.
know what I'm saying? He's custom built for that shit.
And-
they will go deep into the playoffs every year he's fucking healthy.
and even though the critics was hard on a hero dude, I think they need him.
Yeah.
Even though
I think
he
better
was
coming off the bench. than
not
he
only
was
that though,
starting,
even though he was missing his shots, you understand that as a team, he's a shooter. You gotta prepare for him.
They were playing
Now if you
Miami.
know, now you know he's not playing. You know you gotta prepare for him, and now you know that's outside of that. Miami has down one motherfucking shooter because even though I like Vincent, he's not consistent.
Yeah, he's not
and
consistent.
fucking Bam, this
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Bam,
My problem with
yeah, I
Bam,
like
my
Bam.
only problem with
I like
Bam is
Bam.
he's so fucking indecisive.
Yeah.
You can't give me 6, 7 shots one game. Next game, you ball out of control because you take over to get even extra indecisive the very next game.
Yeah.
Like you understand that your players just hurt. It's all right. Take the fuck over.
Take the fuck
Nobody's
over.
gonna say anything. Look when you took over when Jimmy Butler went out. Y'all wound up almost losing that game, but
Wasn't
Bio
nobody
was
down
the
there
reason
fucking
why
with
they
him.
won that game because he was down there doing what he needed to do.
Yeah.
You feel me? And with fucking Williams, even though Williams balled out of control,
Yeah.
he's questionable for this game. If he doesn't play and all you gotta do is go against Al Horford, you better fucking ball out of control.
Yeah.
gotta go off.
Yeah.
And I ain't taking
Gotta
nothing from
go
Al
off.
Horford because I will say this: he's the one player in the league that's getting better as he get older.
Yeah.
You feel me?
deal with
Because
that.
I ain't taking nothing from Al Horford when he came out of college. He was good, but he's gotten better as he got older.
Yeah,
Because that
I didn't
jump
like
shot-
Atlanta, Al Horford.
Yeah, that jump
Atlanta
shot,
Al
that
Horford
jump
was-
shot he got from 3-point, he's gotten that in the last like 3 years. And if, now that you gotta check that, he's
And that Horford played for a couple of teams, didn't he?
yeah, and he can play with his back to the.
He
I think only
Bounce
3.
around.
Atlanta, Boston, and where did he go when he left Boston?
Pacers.
Pacers? He went somewhere for a year and came right back to Boston.
Yeah.
I can't think of where the fuck
I
it
can't
was.
remember where it was either.
I can't remember.
But-
That's how short and conclusive.
But now that they got that jump
Right.
shot, he put his back to the basket.
Hornets.
He
Right.
the ball out of control.
Might have been the Hornets.
Yeah, I think
that
Boston
sounds
got-
good.
yeah.
I'm trying to pick. I seen like a purple.
You trying to
or
picture
a
the
teal-
jersey, right?
Yeah, I remember seeing like a purple or a teal, some shit like that.
All right, shit, we're gonna keep it moving on straight to basketball. One more basketball question. Who in the East you feel has a better chance of being Golden State? Because obviously we know
Boston.
Golden State.
I was just thinking it. Yeah, I was just thinking that.
it could be
Boston,
for
I
me.
think
It could be
Boston.
either or.
Because they both play small ball, really.
No, I don't even look at that. I look at it. I look at it defense wise. Even though I would have to say that Golden State ramped up their defense the game they won when they wasn't shooting good. Their defense turned up, but that is against a team where you know if you shut down Bronson and you keep Dinwiddie at mediocre,
Right.
and you're gonna have to live with Doncic getting his shots.
Yeah.
See, the thing with Dallas is, yeah, he got role players, but he is the one that made Dallas better.
Yeah.
So if he's having a rough game, it kind of make everybody else have a rough game,
Yep.
and you can kind of beat them.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel me? On the other hand, though,
That's why I was getting questioned on to watching the game, man. They kept going into that pick and roll with Doncic getting fucking Looney on him. And fucking, he wasn't, every time they switched, he wasn't making shit when Looney was on him.
Right.
Looney is too big and he got to, it's
What
too
happens
much
when he
man to
stepped
shoot.
back? Looney can still block that shit.
Right.
and not
You know
only,
what I'm saying?
and not only that,
Right.
not only that, if you notice,
And Phoenix being really good coming out of the West, you know what I'm saying? I was surprised that Dallas beat them.
no,
I was really surprised.
I really
And they
wasn't.
got blown out the last game.
I really wasn't. You know why? Because if you start to look at the games that Phoenix played, if you looked at that game 3, because that's when Dallas started amping it up, they realized like, hey, Doncic, these little guards can't check you.
Right.
And when you try to the hole and collapse, these motherfuckers outside gonna have to make their open shots. Shit, Bronson had like a couple 30-point games in that series. And it's because he made a lot of open shots. I take enough from Bronson out of Villanova. That little motherfucker balls. He get to the rack, he can do all that shit.
I don't like, because he don't even look like a basketball player. He look like an actor that played basketball.
Like you was in a
That
both rim,
motherfucker-
right? What do you want
that
on
nigga-
that team? You went on another team in a
That
both
nigga
rim?
Bronson, formerly known as and shit.
I don't know. I gotta
That
go
nigga
with the
playing
Heat.
Bronson.
I always say
yeah,
with
of
a
course you gonna
team,
go with the Heat.
a team. Well, I'll tell you why. Because with a team like Golden State, you can't play like who gonna score more. You can't play that game. They're gonna win that fucking game every single time.
Right.
If you say, "Yo, I'm not gonna play defense. You're not gonna play defense. Let's see who win."
Right.
Golden State is
Golden
gonna
State
beat
gonna win,
anybody
because
in the
everybody-
fucking world.
Everybody can shoot threes.
When niggas are shooting from the logo and all types of things, man, you gonna lose that. So the better defense between I'm talking about as far as 100% healthy between Boston and Heat is Miami to me, and you're gonna need the best defense that's left to go against that team. You're not gonna be able to go tit for tat with them.
My
niggas. You're not.
only reason why I'm going with Boston is because I think they can play slightly better D on both ends. I think
yeah.
when it comes to defense for Miami, if Lowry not 100% and Hero not 100%, them guys
Right.
gonna get at Miami.
And you use the best
But on the same sense though,
You
on the
use
same
best
note though,
Lowry
on
don't
the
ball, but he
exact
played good defense. He do play good defense. I'll give him that.
On the same note though, Looney and those boys that they call them so big men for Miami can't check on him. I mean, for Golden State can't check on him.
Oh no, no.
So once again,
Okay.
Adebayo got to come out there and decide some shit on the ball out.
and ball out.
Yeah.
That's a
Right.
fucking
And if
fact.
he don't, Looney ass a fucking live.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
I need trophy gold jersey and a Bayou. I need that nigga that played in the finals 2 years. That's the nigga I need to show up. If that nigga shows up,
Oh yeah.
Boston is in fucking trouble. If that nigga decides to come to the games, he came one game, and that's the only game I seen him.
You say Looney?
No,
No, he's like,
Bam.
Bam.
Oh, Bam, yeah.
Bam.
And the series, he came out one game. Yeah, he did. That's a fact.
That nigga from the finals 2 years ago was a monster.
Right.
Even though they lost, he was dropping 30 and 50.
That's the one you
every
need.
night.
That's the one you
year,
need.
right?
That was a
Yeah,
bubble
yeah.
year. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
absolutely.
So if that nigga come, watch out, niggas.
All right, well, shit. Look, we gonna go to basketball right now.
We
This
just
is,
in basketball.
I mean, excuse me, football. This
Okay.
is just a question I seen this morning.
This morning?
Yeah, y'all know
Is
a
it the
lot of
same
my
one?
shit come from when I watch this shit in the
Right,
morning,
right,
right?
right. Obviously, it's the same one I was thinking about.
So, the question right now, they was talking about who has the best secondary and the best linebacker core in football right now.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
This is on paper, before anything starts. Who do y'all think?
I ain't gonna lie. That secondary. Baltimore probably got the best secondary.
Baltimore paper too. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm not even saying this because this is my team, but I think the Patriots right now do it. It's only because we got some motherfuckers back that know how to run our defense. You feel me? And the pieces that we was missing was the pieces that we needed back, and I think that that secondary gonna be a whole lot better than it was last year.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
Until I hate paper. Because a lot of people look good on paper.
Right, that's what I'm saying right now.
Like,
There's no preseason, no nothing. We just talking about
right
what
now,
motherfuckers did. Right.
Eagles team that year looked like the best team in the league.
Yeah.
on paper.
Look. The Jets don't look bad on paper for what they did in trades in off season. Miami definitely don't look bad on paper. Chargers don't look bad on paper. Colts don't look bad on paper.
Right.
Raiders don't look bad on paper. Like the list goes on and on. Denver, so on and so forth. Right now, before no football starts, there's a lot of teams that look good on paper. On this.
Okay, so what was it, secondary and what?
And linebacker play.
Alright, so secondary, I guess until, and that's the funny thing about it, like, okay, so on paper, it's going to be a tie for me between fucking Rams and, damn, I don't want to fucking say this shit on fucking, we're taping.
Go ahead, say it.
The fucking Jets, bro.
The Jets? Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
The
Right
Jets
now on paper, yes.
Jets secondary is nice on paper.
On paper, that's a shutdown fucking secondary right there. You should only be able to run and do 10-yard passes.
I got another secondary.
Baltimore secondary.
Yeah, that Baltimore secondary is nice. I got another secondary that motherfuckers ain't talking about right now. That's the Saints.
Right.
With the addition of Matthews, man, they still got Jenkins and shit. Like, yeah, they gonna be nice.
They still got Lattimore too.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah, Saints. I was thinking it all.
Now, as for me, as far as linebacker core is concerned,
Yeah.
Now,
I gotta go right now. If everybody's saying, well, no, because now I gotta go with the Chargers linebacker core right now. With the addition of Khalil Mack and the linebackers they already had, I think that was nice.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But, no. Because that nigga ain't going to play linebacker there. That nigga playing defensive end.
Khalil?
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna make it outside.
I mean,
No, he going to play
Nah,
DN.
Because they play what, a 3-4, right?
Either way, he going to be a fucking technically a
but
defensive
shit with
end
him and
right
Bosa
now.
at
That's what you want.
ends.
You want him and
That's
Bosa
still that's
coming off the
nasty
edge.
though.
That's what I'm saying.
That is nasty.
Because the thing about
if
this,
they
you
can
gotta-
stay healthy,
You
and
gotta
both of
fucking
them can
play
stay
one of
healthy.
them like you can't double them both the whole time.
No, you can't.
Wow.
No, you can't.
Somebody gets the
Wow.
one-on-one.
That
Right.
is the best linebacker core.
Now that dude saying that, but he's saying that they
On
dropping
paper.
the D
On
line.
paper.
They said they dropping him the D line though.
Well,
so
he
that's
actually,
still.
you remember, his first or second year, that
And
nigga
then
was
he
an
still could take
all-pro
running backs out of the
at two
backfield.
positions, like the first motherfucker ever to be an all-pro at defensive end and linebacker in 1 year.
That's a fact. I told you when I first met him, his neck was thick like Mike Tyson. I never seen nothing like it.
Tyreek killed that.
That's a fact. I both got a neck like that dude they keep calling the.
Yo, Tyreek, y'all never. You never looked
Tyreek,
at-
yeah, when
Tyreek
we take that
Hill,
helmet off.
Listen, I'm gonna
His
tell you
neck
right
like
now.
small.
Listen.
That nigga hit
that shit
If
right
you
on his
want to
foot.
see his true neck right now, go on YouTube, watch Coda's Balls. He's the last person that was on Coda's Balls.
That nigga got a neck
Yeah.
like Takeo Spikes. and
Yo,
shit.
Yo, to kill Spike's
Spike's
neck,
shit
his neck
crazy.
was like this.
but listen, but to kill Spike's neck fit his build.
Body,
everything.
yeah.
That fucking nigga Tyreek Hill shit though. He little ass receiver with his fat ass head and fat ass neck. Like,
All right.
All right, so
So,
let me see. Linebacking core. Y'all might call me crazy when I say this, but Dallas.
that's not. Oh, they did lose somebody recently though. Who
They
did
lost
lose?
somebody, but they still got that Parsons
They
and
got Parsons.
and they got what's his name, Van Der Esch.
and then
Yeah.
Van Der Esch.
Yeah.
With that being said, I mean they got a really good. I mean, granted they run a 4-3, so it's only 3 of them motherfuckers, but
Right.
2 out of them 3 of them motherfuckers is nice. You know what I'm saying? Real nice.
So it don't matter who the third motherfucker is.
Yeah, right. No matter. I can be the third motherfucker. Parsons and them niggas gonna clean up whatever mistakes I make. They gonna be good.
I know this
Right.
shit is way off subject.
Oh,
But
speaking
it
of
just came to my
football.
head and it was funny as hell.
If it ain't sports, keep it because I
It
got
is.
something real serious.
It is
Go ahead,
about
go ahead.
Speaking of
It
football,
said, "Bam, out of bio, looked like somebody tried to draw Dwight Howard from memory."
Like, oh yeah, that's what he looked like.
wow.
That's what he looked like.
That's fucked up.
And that motherfucker like that. right, go ahead. What you want to say?
Man. No, back on football. They was talking about improving the Pro Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they didn't do something about that shit.
They were
That's just
talking
horrible.
about no tackling.
Nope.
No,
I quit.
How is that
I quit.
Because a lot of players don't want to play. They opt out and play in the Pro Bowl because they don't want to get
I
hurt.
don't want to watch
So
this
what you
shit.
gonna
I don't
do?
want to watch that shit. They cut it.
A
Cut
flag
it.
football game?
Yeah.
It's bad enough that everybody that's playing ain't playing no more for that year.
Right.
And it took all the Super Bowl motherfuckers out.
Right.
So everybody who's playing, that's their last game.
Right. I'm over there. I'm over
That
there.
motherfucker playing two-hand touch out there.
Hell yeah.
Cut the fucking Pro
Right.
Bowl off
You down,
altogether.
Tom
Don't
Brady.
nobody give a
Let's get back
fuck.
to
They
the
were talking
trend
about
where
doing that. A no tackling.
Cut that shit off
Pro Bowl.
completely. I'm over it.
my
You know
man
what I'm saying?
smacked my
All
fucking
right.
They still gonna keep the dodgeball. The dodgeball.
I got you, my nigga. I'm about to solve it. You know me.
Competition.
I'm about to solve it for everybody right now. Make the All-Star, the All-Pro game, fumbly rumbly, nigga.
Oh man.
I want to see that shit. Make that
Make
shit
the
fun.
last
That
game-
shit'll be exciting
Make
as
the
fuck.
last game rugby style.
Something like
High
that. There
Nike
you go.
socks, and whatever team you with is your shirt. And you got
That's what I'm saying.
your motherfucking
No
sleeves
pads.
is the AFC.
I want to see somebody get blasted. I want to see
And
balls
your
go to
inside
clear
is the
somebody.
shirt of who you play with. And we're gonna go rugby style fucking football. Okay, on the serious
That's
note.
crazy.
Because we're gonna end this on some serious shit, and then we're gonna start the next summit on some serious shit. So.
We should be able to go live on the next show.
Okay, so baseball. Let's get into it. If y'all know what I'm about to get into.
Baseball.
So Yankees versus somebody. What they was playing? I forgot who was playing. Josh Dono and Tim Anderson had a few words.
I heard about that.
Right. He said something. He's like, "Yeah, I ain't Jackie," like that, as if calling him Jackie Robinson. The Tim Anderson came on TV and made it seem like it was a whole racial thing, like, oh, he disrespected me by calling me Jackie, you feel me, and all this other shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when the media stops Josh Donald that day and say, okay, so what was the whole day bit on the field? He's like, oh yeah, he's like, look, I called a dude Jackie. I did. But here's the thing. It's because he had an article in Sports Illustrated calling himself that he wanted to be or is the next Jackie Robinson. So I have a relationship with this dude. We tease him about the Jackie thing all the time. So for him to be mad at me, I didn't know if something changed in our relationship that I couldn't call him that.
Right.
So in the heat of the game, the Tim Anderson don't get mad. And try to make it seem like it was this whole like racial thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the MLB suspends this dude for a game behind his comment.
Wow.
Here's my thing about that. If it was racially intent, malicious intent, then why did you, Tim Anderson, did not address when Josh David came on TV and said, and I quote, "I've called you this before,"
Right.
and it wasn't a problem.
Right.
You feel me? If that's the case, you don't address that, then that means you just got mad in the heat of the game, said some words that you didn't mean, and now you have to retract those. Because if a man comes out and say, "I've said this to you before," and you don't come on TV rebuttal and don't say anything about it, then who's lying? And are you being sensitive during the game and being mad and think, okay, this is a racist shit, or did you always think that? And then now that comes out in the game because you're upset.
Right.
Here's my thing about black folks, because there was a bunch of people, especially on First Take, that was like, oh, I think the politically correct thing was the MLB got it right. Here's my thing about that. The MLB had plenty of chances to handle some racial shit and never did.
Yeah.
So for you to do this little racial shit don't mean shit to me. What it means to me is that if now we're in a society where racial shit is at its high, you felt like you had to do something, so motherfuckers gonna be coming at you for not doing anything.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like Stephen A. Smith said, would you have suspended him if he'd have been like, get your ass out of here, you're not the next Jackie Robinson? No, you wouldn't have.
Right.
But because Tim Anderson made it seem like Josh Daniels said in a racial tint, you felt like you had to do something.
Yeah.
Now, the other black people is on it like, oh, this and that. Like, I see, my thing is, I'm going to judge you by character.
Yeah.
And I ain't going to judge you by color, skin tone. This is why I still think like all white people ain't the same. And I'm stand by that. You feel me? My thing is, if he said this in a racial intent, and then he made that comment the way he did, you should have came over right on TV,
Yeah.
right then and there, said, no, you lying motherfucker, that is not how this went. But he said that, and it's been about a week, and you still ain't said shit.
That's it, right.
How you gonna suspend me for one game?
But then he made it seem
And it's
like
in
we was
baseball.
gentlemen.
You made it seem like it was like he said. I thought we was boys.
That's like me and
I
you.
called
cool,
you this
so we
before.
play on the other team, and I'm mad. I'm in the heat of the game. Like,
Right, yeah,
you
get
fucking
your
trash, old bum ass.
yeah, get
Like,
your right. Like I'm that
and you
motherfucker.
took
You know what I
that
mean?
shit to her.
He called me Martin Luther King.
But
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
And that's what I'm saying. Now, you know me. You know, as an Esquire, I'm logical. I try to take both sides of the fucking shit. So now that's the side that I believe. The side that you said, this is the side I believe. Now let's talk about the side that I don't believe that could be true also. Let's say that he did mean it racistly and never said any of that shit that he said on TV. Me and him have joked about. Let's say that was the very first time he didn't called him that shit. Let's say that logically. How fucking bad is that really? Is Jackie as bad as nigger? Is it bad as coon? Is it bad as, you know what I'm saying? Let's go down the list of racist ass monkey. Right. We can go down the list of racist ass names. Right. And they called you Jackie? That's
not fair. I done said worse shit to my friends.
Look,
what the fuck?
Once again, this,
I care about that motherfucker.
He said I'm cool.
Once again, this leads into the why I've always talked about the sensitivity that this world has came to, because it's not just in the homosexuality community.
No,
it's everywhere.
No, yeah.
From whites to blacks to Hispanics to fucking sensitivities everywhere, and I'm so sick of it. Look, I'm speaking this because I got fired for 2 jobs for words that came out of my mouth.
I told you, it's that cancel.
You feel me?
It's the cancel culture. Or if you say something that somebody don't like or they hurt their feelings, like
the fact that
you get ruined because you the next motherfucker.
But no, you know, I'll go against that because out of all of them, we are the only motherfuckers, black men. We're the only motherfuckers that can't get sensitive. We the only motherfuckers that gotta suck it up. We the only motherfuckers that stop crying. We the only motherfuckers that, get the fuck up. Stop acting like a little girl. We are the only fucking people who don't get that benefit of the doubt, bro. Everybody else get it. If we say something to somebody, boom, you get fired. If somebody say something to us,
we gotta suck it up and take
half tough skin.
Hey, look.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have all this proof. You gotta have some recorded videos.
All this shit.
Hey, look.
And they still might not believe in it.
You might have took it out of context.
I got fired.
You heard the whole damn conversation.
Look, I got fired for having a conversation about some shit, and I didn't even get a chance to even speak my half. And the minute they heard that I said some shit, I was done immediately. No, come in, let's talk about it. No suspension, no nothing. You feel me? And if I was on some dirty shit, I could have went straight to I could have went to the handbook and like, look, y'all fired me incorrectly and started some whole bullshit. But I realized that, you know what, maybe that would have been the best for me not to be there anymore anyway. But the fact that went down like that lets you know that maybe, and the fucked up part about it, and let's just talk about it on some racial shit, they definitely believe the white boy over me. And the sad part about that is I put blood, sweat, and tears to this company. I was good enough for you to send to other states and open up other restaurants, but not good enough to sit down and talk to me when it's an issue like that. And on top of that, they did all that to fire me, and now they're not even there anymore. And your restaurant's going down the tubes. But hey, look, that's a whole other story. With that being said, sports is over. Know what I mean? We'll be right back with some other shit.
Yeah.
Talk about, because it's gonna get real serious. So.
Yeah, I got some shit I want to talk about.
Yeah. We get over this and get it all off your chest, and then I can get into what I want to talk about because it's getting deep. All right, so we'll be right back at you. Peace. There you go, buddy. All right, get your ass out of here.